reproduction chapter. So the wall of uterus consists of three layers. One is 100%. Okay, that's great, Madura, and if it's 100%, it's a great compliment to me that I'm able to deliver the 100% and you're able to take it the 100% of it. Thank you. Others, 95. Okay, work hard more. That is a self-study very required. The 100% can reach only when you need to prepare yourself self-study also. Okay, put some time in self-study. You will get to understand it much better. And this self-study, take that, you do it on the same day. It will help you a lot. Okay, let's move to the next. The wall of the uterus are perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. Perimetrium is outer layer, myometrium is a middle layer which is very thick, okay, and muscular. And this muscular wall, you know that the baby is delivering. The baby delivered to the contraction, relaxation of muscles. So which layer it is with the myometrium. So this layer helps in the parturition. What is parturition? Parturition is a process of delivering. Endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus and is the endometrium. During the menstrual cycle, which layer breaks off? In girls, during the menstrual cycle, which layer breaks off? Come on. Whether it's a perimetrium, myometrium, or endometrium. See, don't waste the time. Tell if you know. If you don't know, you say, ma'am, we don't know. Because we have lots and lots to finish in detail. Endometrium. Yes, endometrium is a layer that breaks off during the menstrual cycle. You all agree, right? So now endometrium has two layers again. One is outside layer called stratum basalis, okay, and the inner layer which is called stratum functionalis. You know that every month this endometrium layer prepares for the pregnancy, like prepares for the, it divides, it forms many cells, it becomes a glandular, spongy, everything. This every month this layer prepare itself for the pregnancy. If the pregnancy persists, this endometrium stays and supports the embryo to grow. If the pregnancy do not, then this endometrium breaks off, right? Now, stratum basalis have a vessels. There are two vessels, two layers of endometrium. The outer layer is called stratum basalis, which has blood vessels, and inner layer have um, twisted tortuous blood vessels, twisted blood vessels, and it also have a glands that are constructed by the estrogen. So the inner, as I said, this endometrium is a glandular and highly richly supplied by the blood vessels. So the inner layer has the glands that helps, those are tubular, whereas the blood vessels which are twisted in a high number, and this all are constructed by the estrogen. Are you all done writing this slide? Can you go to the next? I think last time you have written this slide, right? Let's move to the next. So if you see this, you see there is an endometrium, innermost, myometrium, perimetrium. You do not have to know stratum vasculare. You do not have to know. You just remember this endometrium, myometrium, perimetrium. You should know what is what. Okay. Now, after ovulation, progesterone is secreted. It increases the thickness of stratum functionalis endometrium. Until now, you know that which hormone was playing? Estrogen hormone was playing. For what? For the development of endometrium. As soon as an ova is released, there is a release of progesterone. As soon as the ova is released after the ovulation, we'll discuss that how the process happened. There is an increase of progesterone hormone. This progesterone increases the thickness of the endometrium. Okay, that is stratum functionalis. The innermost, very innermost layer is still, it get into a very glandular, very highly vascular under the influence of progesterone. What does this progesterone do? It converts the mucous tubular glands. Estrogen forms a tubular glands. Now progesterone will convert this into corkscrew-shaped glands. This mucous tubular glands produce mucus. Now they, under the influence of progesterone, will convert this tubular gland into a twisted form that gives you a glycogen-rich nutrient fluid, which is called as uterine milk. Now this gland produces a uterine milk that is a rich in what? The rich in nutrient fluid. This uterine milk is why so important? Because if the embryo, if there is a fertilization, if the embryo reaches to the uterus, it should be provided, the nourishment should be provided, because placenta is a way through which the developing embryo gets a nourishment. But before the development of placenta, before the connection can happen, there should be something to provide nourishment to the developing initial embryo. Who provides this? Uterine milk provides this before the implantation. Is this point clear? Do you want me to repeat or is it clear? Come on, quick. Done? So basically, the endometrium is becoming more glandular, more vascular, and also secretes uterine milk that supports the embryo before the implantation. Okay, Madura, do let me know once you're done. You need to be quick. Done? Okay. Next. Ma'am, uterine milk is formed after the fertilization. Yes. The progesterone is released after the ovulation, and then uterine milk is formed. There is uterine milk which happens, and then that helps the embryo for if the embryo for the before the implantation. Ma'am, the screen is not visible. Screen is not visible. Janet, can somebody?
It's frozen from last.
Hmm? Can anybody please take a screenshot and send it to him? Because I cannot wait. Please take a screenshot. Janelle, if it's visible, please take a screenshot. Okay, I'll have send you the screen. Okay, now next. When the endometrium breaks off during menstrual cycle, is the uterine milk that is also released? See, when whatever the mucus, if there is no fertilization happening, then all the content, debris, the tissues, the glandular, everything sheds off. So along with that, everything comes in the form of out of the body through MC. The blood vessels, the tissue breaks off, the glands breaks off, the content of the glands, everything comes out. If no fertilization, listen, if there is no fertilization, there is a progesterone, there will be shedding. If no fertilization, then there is progesterone, there will be shedding of, yeah, there will be a shedding of or breaking of endometrium, which is called menses. If there is no fertilization, there is no progesterone. Okay, then there will be a shedding of or breaking of endometrium, which is called menses. If there is a fertilization, the implantation of embryo, which is called as pregnancy, and this endometrium is known as decidia. What will happen if this is the uterus, if this is the embryo, this embryo is covered now with the endometrium after the implantation. This endometrium is now has a new name, which is called as decidia. Function is to protect the embryo from mother's immune system. Basically, the function is for the protection. The function of the decidia is for the protection. What is endometrium? Nothing but decidia. After the fertilization and implantation of the embryo, the endometrium covers it, which is called as decidia. Function is to protect the embryo from the mother's immune system. Padma, is it clear? Abail, clear? Any doubts? Okay. Are you taking a screenshot, or are you writing it down? Done?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Is it done? Writing? Okay. If you're writing, please do it fast. Zachary, are you writing? Okay, good. Let me have a look. A surprise look.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ma'am, menses is the process or
The
is it the
breaking of
process by
endometrium,
which?
yeah, it's called menses.
Okay.
Menstruation. Next. Okay. Decidia has 3 layers. One is Decidia parietalis, Decidia placentalis, Decidia capsularis. We'll discuss. Later, after the implantation, the decidia differentiate or the endometrium differentiate again into 3 layers. Parietalis, placentalis, capsularis. Done. Next. Now, if you see this, Decidia parietalis, Decidia capsularis, and Decidia basalis. Decidia basalis take part in placenta. Decidia basalis take part in placenta. Decidia Decidia parietalis has no relation with embryo. It has no relation with. It is not near to the embryo, which is that Decidia parietalis. It's outskirt. It's the outermost layer. Then Decidia capsularis surrounds the embryo till 26th week of pregnancy. Surrounds embryo till 26th week of pregnancy. Rishikesh, are you getting the point? Yes, Advait. You do not have to draw this. You just need to write down Decidia parietalis what it does, Decidia capsularis what it does, and Decidia basalis what it does. Basalis takes part in placenta. Can anybody send the screen to Sanika? Whereas Decidia parietalis shows the relationship to the embryo, and capsularis will surround the embryo till the 26th week of pregnancy. Madura, is it clear? Okay. Pranil will study later. What will happen? Have you understood this part, this much part? We'll study the full embryological process. Concentrate on the things what I am teaching here. Now, we come to the external genitalia in female. The next part is external genitalia in female. So, which are the external genitalia in female? How we studied in males is one is a pons pubis, clitoris, vestibule, and labia. Trick to remember is exercise of maths and chemistry is very lengthy. We are talking about E is for, we are talking about external genitalia, M is for mons pubis, C is for clitoris, V is for vestibule, and L is for labia. You need to remember which are the external genitalia in female. Questions can be here for both MCQ and subjective questions. Done? Do let me know once you're done. You have mons pubis, clitoris, vestibule, and labia, which are coming under the external genitalia in female. Disha, are you done? Lisa, Disha, Sanjana, Dela. Okay, let's move next. Yeah. In females, urethral opening and the vaginal opening are two substrates. I have last time also we have discussed there are two different openings. They both opens into bowl-shaped cavity called vulva or vestibule. But what is vestibule? It's kind of a bowl kind of a cavity in which there are two openings. One is a vaginal opening, and other is what? Urethral opening. Okay, because in females there are two openings, one is for urine, another is for the for the sexual intercourse, and this area where it's called has a bowl shape is called as a vestibule. The cavity is called as vestibule. Are you getting the point? Okay, let's move to the next topic. Now, if you see the pons pubis, just see the diagram for the pons pubis. This is the pons pubis. Here comes the clitoris. Then this is the vestibule, and this is the urethral opening, vaginal opening. You do not have to draw, you understand this. And this is the labia majora. The outer covering is labia majora. The inner one is labia minora. Okay. The labia minora, when at the other end, forms a foresheet. That's it. So you basically labia majora or majus is outside, labia minora is inside. Then comes a vestibule. In that vestibule, there are clitoris, urethral opening and vaginal opening. At the anterior end of a labia majora, the region has a erectile tissue which is called as clitoris, and on the above there's a fat tissue which is called as pons pubis. Now tell me which is the, the erectile tissue of female is dash. Come on, tell me. The erectile tissue of female is dash, or the erectile, yeah, clitoris. Very good. Which is the erectile thing which is present in the males? What about in males? The erectile organ in male is penis. Very nice. Did you understood? Okay, very good. Now, vestibule has two opening, as we said, urethral opening and vaginal opening. Normally, cervical canal has 30 to 50 ml of daily thick chalky fluid. Okay, during a fertile period, fertile matlab during the time of ovulation, this thick fluid becomes thin and stretchable fluid. A kind of test for knowing when is a ovulation, like whether the ovulation, because the day of ovulation, the thick fluid becomes a thin and stretchable fluid. Is it done? Okay, let's move to the next. Next, vagina. What's a vagina? Vagina, you know that after the uterus comes the cervix. From the cervix, it leads outside through vagina. This is a cervix, right? And this is a vagina. So, vagina, it starts from the cervix to outside the body. Very important to note, vagina is lined by non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Have you heard these cells? You know, have you heard these cells? Non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Which type of cells are lining the vagina? Very important question. Which chapter we studied this? Which chapter did we study this? Please send a screenshot if you have of the previous slide to a bile and to a bile. So, which chapter did we structure organization animal? Very good, yes. So, non-keratinized means they do not have keratin protein, right? So, stratified means they look multicellular. Squamous epithelium. Do you remember? So, this type of cells lines the vagina. Clear? In the vagina, you also have a microflora that is present. It is lactobacillus that produce lactic acid. Hence, the vagina is acidic. Hence, the vagina is acidic. Hence, the vagina is acidic. Done? Please write down. Okay, next. Next. Function is for the it's a copulatory organ, forms a birth canal. So vagina forms a birth canal which includes cervical canal and vaginal canal together forms a birth canal. Transverse mucosa fold of vagina has vaginal rugae. You know what is rugae? Where we have studied the rugae before? Where did we study the rugae before?
I'm in stomach.
Very nice. In stomach, right? So this transverse mucosa fold of vagina also have a rugae. Vaginal opening is called vaginal orifice. You have written this point. Don't write it again and again if the point is being mentioned in the previous slide. Vaginal opening has a covering, very thin covering called hymen. Hymen is a very thin covering which is a vaginal opening. Okay. Can you see it now, Madura? So here it's a birth canal which is important part. Then this hymen is important. The vaginal opening is covered by a very thin covering or the membrane which is called as hymen. It's not in the urethral opening, it's in the vaginal opening. Is this point clear? Please write down. Next. So here you can see the rugae. Yes. The rugae, you can see the foldings. These are the vaginal rugae. This is the cervix point. And the cervic canal and the vaginal canal forms the birth canal. Okay, this is the vaginal opening. This vaginal opening is covered with hymen. Next. What is a clitoris? We have mentioned the clitoris is small finger-like spongy erectile tissue. It is made up of two corpora cavernosa. The muscle that is present in the clitoris is corpora cavernosa. Labia majora we have discussed. Labia minora we have discussed. We have discussed the pons pubis. Please write down. Done? Next. No, vagina doesn't come under this because I have given you the external genitalia in females are pons pubis, clitoris, vestibule, and labia majora minora. Is it clear? Yes. I have got the point there so that you can write down about the vagina. Next, we are moving to the next. Okay. Now, what is a forte? A fold of skin formed at the posterior junction of labia minora. And what is a perineum? Perineum is a area between forte to anus. That area is called from the forte, the end of labia minora is a forte, right? This area between forte to the anal opening, anus, is called what? Is called perineum. Point is clear? Next. Homology between a females and male reproductive system. Very important slide, MCQ for your medical exam. Labia majora of female is homology to a scrotum of male. Labia minora is for penile urethral skin. Clitoris for penis. Bartolin's glands for Cooper's glands. Glands of skinny for the prostate glands. So these are the similar or familiar between male and female reproductive system. Important slide for MCQ. Many times these questions have asked. For example, clitoris is homology to, it's a penis. Or Bartholin gland is found in female. So which is a homologic gland which is present in male? So it is Cooper's glands. You all know what is Cooper's gland, right? Say any doubts? Padma, Dela, Sprua, any doubts? Are you understanding? Please write down this quickly. Next, female reproductive glands. We studied MBS. Remember MBS? What we had given MBS. B is for Bartholin's glands. A pair of one each on the vaginal opening. At the vaginal opening, you have a pair which is called as Bartholin's glands. What does it secrete? Its secretion is mucoid alkaline secretion. Okay. Glands of skinny glands. We discussed about B and this is S. This is present. There are several, but they are present at the urethral opening. Function is to lubricate the vagina and reduce the acidity of the vagina and the vestibule during coitus. Coitus is a term used for sexual intercourse. Mating. So, Bartholin's glands, a pair which is present in the vagina, and skinny glands are many which is present around the urethral opening. The reason of being many glands of skinny and around the urethral opening is for the to provide the to reduce the acidity of the vagina and the vestibule.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, glands of skin or paraurethral gland are all the glands around urethral opening.
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am.
Next. Now, we'll talk about the main glands, that is a mammary glands, which is a characteristic features of mammals, right? Characteristic feature of mammals. They are present in both males and females, but non-functional in males. In females, it develops at puberty. They develop into a functional at the puberty. Note, prototherians, you have studied in animal kingdom, prototherians, mammals or oviparous mammals have glands, but they do not have nipple or teeth. Done? Yes, Padma, very nice. Next. Okay, here we need to study about, we'll come to this point, but here you write down this glands are modified sweat glands, a very important question. Many time, and there will be many confusion among the students. This is the sweat glands between, like, they are the modified sweat glands, right? So these are modified sweat glands. They are apocrine glands. Apo means, you all know what is apocrine. Do you know? Who can answer me what is apocrine quickly? No use of net. Release apical part while secretion. Very good. A part of a gland is lost. Very nice. So, they are the compound tubular alveoli. Tubulo-alveolar glands. If you remember, tubulo-alveolar glands are tubule and they branch, and at the end they have an alveoli type. Do you remember this type of gland? We have studied in the structural organization, right? So you need to remember this all three point. The easy way to remember is SAT. When it comes to a mammary gland, SAT for sweat gland, A is apocrine, T is tubuloalveolar gland. Done? Right, my dear students? Now, when we talk about mammary gland, see here. Let me draw it for you. If we talk about the mammary gland, what is Cooper's ligament? Cooper's ligament is a, you know that mammary glands are suspended with the help of ligaments. Those ligaments are called Cooper's ligament. Clear? Now, if you draw this, cannot erase. Sorry, cannot erase. Just a minute. Okay, just for your understanding, you have lobules. You have lobules, and then you have an ampulla here. Dilated one is ampulla. Then there is a lactiferous duct. This is the lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct. Okay, I don't have much colors. This is ampulla. Ampulla. Any dilated part is ampulla, right? And this is lobe. What is this? This is lobe, mammary lobe, mammary gland lobe. And there are many alveoli, many sacs of alveoli. These are alveoli, milk producing cells. These green ones are mammary tubules, oh sorry, mammary ducts. Mammary ducts. Then there is mammary tubules. From the alveoli, there are small ducts that comes and join to this mammary duct. This is called as mammary tubules. And surrounding there, like this, there are many alveoli. Sorry, there are many lobes. You have many lobes, then ampulla, then lactiferous. Are you understanding? So like this, there are many. Surrounding that, there is a fat. Surrounding to this, there is a fat or fatty tissue. Done. So you have the site for the milk production is alveoli. Alveoli lead to many tubules. For example, if you want to describe a mammary gland, the mammary gland has many lobes, which are mammary lobes. In that mammary lobes, listen to this carefully, there are many alveoli. That many alveoli leads to many tubules. Many tubules end up into mammary duct. That mammary duct end up into ampulla, ampulla to lactiferous, lactiferous to lactiferous duct, lactiferous duct to nipple. This is nipple. Clear? Okay. Any doubts? Now, it has three parts: a glandular part that produces a milk, fibrous connective tissue that supports the glandular part, fatty tissue or adipose tissue that surrounds the gland. The amount of fat deposited around will determine the size of the mammary gland. Please write down. Okay, done. Next. Function is to provide the nourishment to the young ones. Each mammary glands consist of 15 to 16 lobes. Did you understood? Those green color which I had drawn, this how many are present? 15 to 16 lobe. Each lobe consists of cluster of milk secreting cells which are cuboidal, important to note, which are cuboidal, and they are called as alveoli. Please help Amod, is not able to see the screen. Okay, please write down. Any doubts to anybody? Okay, Prabhu Desai, somebody to help you out there. Next, so next is a flow of milk. How does the milk flow? From the lobe, it reaches to, from the lobe, that's alveoli, it reaches to mammary tubules. Mammary tubules to one mammary duct. From mammary duct to ampulla, ampulla to lactiferous duct. Lactiferous open into nipple. Do you agree with me? So if you have 100 alveoli, listen to this question. 100 alveoli, you will have 100 mammary tubules. But how many mammary duct do you have? How many mammary duct you will have for 100 alveoli? This is for one lobe. This is one lobe having 100 alveoli. This 100 alveoli open into 100 mammary tubule. So how many duct, mammary glands, mammary duct? Very good, Yash. Yash is the first to answer there. It's a one mammary duct. One mammary duct open into how many mammary ampulla? Single. One. Very nice. That leads to one lactiferous duct. And so, if a mammary gland is having 15 to 20 lobes, if this mammary gland is having 15 to 20 lobes, how many lactiferous ducts open at the nipple? How many lactiferous open into to the nipple? Very good, Madura. It is 15 to 20 lactiferous duct open into the nipple. They are really quick students and smart students who grasp the thing very easy. And if you pay attention, it is very easy to grasp the thing. It will help you out when you do the revision. You will not take much time. So please see that you give your 100% concentration in the class. Clear? Tej, any doubts? Gaurav. Okay. Next. Trick for the passage of milk. Mother lactating. No, you don't write this trick. Okay. Note. Dark pigmented area or the region around the nipple is called areola. Areola has a glands that is sebaceous oil glands or sebaceous gland. They have areola is a darker region near the nipple. Okay. It has glands that is oil glands. What is the function? It keeps the nipple moist. Okay, now hormonal control of mammary glands. At puberty, this you know that mammary gland development happens, it's under the control of hormones, right? So at puberty, breast develops under the effect of estrogen. Estrogen bring about the development of ductal system, fibrous and fatty tissue. What does progesterone do? It helps in the multiplication of milk alveoli. What does prolactin does? Helps in the production of milk during pregnancy. What does oxytocin does? Oxytocin is released from. Come on, quickly tell me. By now you should know this. It's a milk let down hormone. And human placental. Very good. It's the oxytocin. Anterior pituitary. Anterior lobe of pituitary. Hypothalamus. What is happening? Disha is answering me well. What about others? Disha, she has joined for this year. It is anterior or posterior? Posterior pituitary. Yes. Forgot. Right? And prolactin hormone, HPL, human placental lactogen. It is also produced during the pregnancy. So all this act on the mammary glands. The hormones that act: estrogen for the development, progesterone for the multiplication of alveoli, prolactin for milk production, oxytocin for milk let down, and pregnancy placental lactogen for produce milk. Come on, quickly. Done, my dear students? Please go through the entire thing what we did today and do let me know if you have doubts quickly. It's a very lengthy chapter. Done? Yeah? Okay, next. See, so much. Lots and lots we need to do. And there is very less time. See, listen. Can you all hear me? Do let me know if you guys are free anytime where we can take some extra classes. I know that Mount Litra is having no classes for on this, like, nowadays. So and ESIP batch have the languages on Friday, right? Andrea, do you have any classes on Fridays? One class, yeah, that's what. Mostly you have one class free, and these guys are free. Like, who Mount Litras are free. So so if you can give me one extra class on Friday, whenever you do not have class, just ping me up. You be attentive on Friday. That please keep on checking the teams. We'll take one extra class on Friday. Okay? Can we do that? Everybody is okay with that? Come on, tell me. Okay. So on Friday, I know there's only some languages. Last time the Hindi class was not there. I thought of taking it, but since I had not informed you, I said it's okay. Now from the next time onwards, whenever there is no class on Friday or any other day when you are free, because Mount Itra students are free, so we can take some extra classes and try to give more time in this chapter and in understanding this chapter in detail, because human reproduction has a higher weightage for your board as well as for your uh, so keep checking your have a communication with your classmate, your mates, about on Friday, so that we can arrange some extra class. Okay. Okay then. So I'll wind up the class here. I would request you to go through it, the entire topic what we have done until now. Go for a revision. Read NCRT book. I hope you all have that book which I told you, MTG fingertips. Please try to solve DPPs from there, and also try to solve DPPs what we give. You might tell me, ma'am, how much and where to solve. How much to solve. Yes, this race is not so easy. The path you have selected is not so easy. You have to the you have to be focused. You have to work hard if you need to reach to your aim. The portion for the test will be the same first chapter, that is the first chapter, general reproduction. Okay, general reproduction will be the chapter. Fine, Mangesh? Everybody, is it okay? General reproduction, the same chapter which you answered for the upcoming test, will be the portion for the test for the subjective also. Thank you, everybody. How will the test conducted? You be prepared for both offline and online, Sanika. We never know. They can tell you to come offline or online, depends. That is, they'll inform you on Friday, I guess. Yeah, rest all is good. I hope you are having a great time in understanding this chapter, learning the zoology content. Yes, only what I have taught. only what I have taught from my side. I don't know about other topics. From my side, it is only one part. Okay. Bye bye, everyone. Stay focused. Any doubts, any difficulties, your ma'am is always there to help you out. Okay.